So tell me about yesterday's meeting.
Well, I asked for a meeting with all 49 Republicans. They call it a conference. You have to have a petition and all that. But this was, I figured after what we went through a week ago today, with five Republicans basically coming after me, that we need to sit down and have a talk. I mean, we're one big team, and we do fight amongst each other, but we shouldn't bring it out in public. We should, I'm a team player. I've coached forever. I know you can't win unless you stay together as a team. So I got up and gave my thoughts of why I was doing this. It's been 9 months that we've been fighting back against the executive overreach from the White House and the Pentagon. They're attacking the unborn. They're making the taxpayers pay for things that have to do with abortion. It's against the law. So, as I told our conference yesterday, listen, I'm from Alabama. I ran as a pro-life conservative, and I'm going to stand up for the people of Alabama. And now we're looking at 200 to 250 promotions that are outstanding. And this is out of 2 million military people. But they say that I'm holding up readiness when all these people are doing jobs. They're not home sitting around waiting for a promotion. It's something that continues on until they are promoted. I mean, that's their life. So, again, I'm pro-life. I'm for the unborn. I'm going to continue to stand with that. Now, there are a lot of options that we came up with in our hearing yesterday, our meeting. I'm looking at those avenues to see if we can enhance, these promotions. But we do need some dialogue with the Pentagon. I mean, you can't do this by myself. The Pentagon has got to be involved in some kind of negotiations. Obviously, you can see what they've done in Ukraine and Russia. They don't know how to negotiate there, nor it looks like they have a good opportunity or a good idea what they're doing with the Middle East as we speak. So I know this is far from that, but it's still, you have to have communication. And this Pentagon and this White House, they refuse to have any kind of communication with me.
Can you talk about the response that you got and what the mood of the meeting was and where you think it is now with your colleagues, especially after the 5 sort of rebelled against you last week?
Well, I'm trying to give them some hope that we can get this thing done. The long-term problem that we're going to have with this is Schumer, the leader of the Senate, is going to bring a resolution to the Rules Committee next week. And he's proposing that they pass a rule for the next year and 3 months for the rest of this Congress that we cannot put holds on anybody as a minority. Now, that would be devastating to us in the Republican Party. I can't imagine anybody voting for it, but there will be some. And all they need is 9 votes. So they have to weigh their responsibility to their voters with this vote. I hope it doesn't come to that. And I told them I'm going to try my best to make things work out before that. But if we can't, which is going to be hard to do, there could possibly be a vote on this reform. And so, again, I don't know the direction it's going to go, but I just hope they don't circumvent the rule to give the Democrats a win.
Wow. So 4 more senators could join the 5 and potentially hurt Republicans, take away the Republicans or any senator's ability to put a hold on unanimous consent.
Yeah, we have a lot of holes right now, but you have to remember when you're in the minority, which we've been in 3 years going on 4 in the Senate, you have no power. There's nothing you can do other than sit around and get your brains beat in by the Democrats who are trying to ruin our country. And they've not made one good decision for the American citizen. But the only thing you have is to say, okay, I'm putting a hold on this nominee or this situation, and they have to adhere to it. And you get an opportunity to speak out. But if they pass this, they just burned the Senate down. We might as well lock the doors and go home as Republicans, because we won't be able to make it to first base on anything for another year and 3 months.
I thought it was very striking how Senator Romney tried to negotiate live with you on the Senate floor, and that's something, and you responded, okay, but the Pentagon has never talked to me. The Biden administration has never proposed that. There's been no negotiation whatsoever.
You're exactly right. This has been a one-way street, and I've been driving this car, and nobody's gotten into it with me. It's frustrating. Now, I do have some good Republicans on my side that believe in life, that believe in protecting the unborn. But we need to think about this. We are the party of protecting life, and most of the people in most of the states that were elected are for that. And again, sometimes people try to ride the fence. Look what Joe Biden's trying to do right now in Israel and the Palestinians. He's trying to ride the fence, and people are on both sides are getting mad. You got to make a decision on what you believe in, what's in your heart. That's what people elect us for. And again, Senator Romney had a good idea. Get charitable donations to pay for travel. Do away with this policy that's unlawful from the Pentagon, and get charitable groups to pay for the travel, and this would be over with. But nobody's trying to work this out. Again, it's been me and Mike Lee, J.D. Vance, Roger Marshall. Everybody else has been kind of on the sideline, and we have to get more people on board.
And is there anything that you'd like to add? Any misconceptions you'd like to clear up? Any messages you'd like to send or clarify?
Well, both these senators said I was disingenuous on telling them about that all I wanted was a vote on the floor. Well, unanimous consent is not a vote on the floor. I want regular order, which says you have to have a cloture vote and then a nomination vote in terms of confirming the nominee. And I've told them that all along. And then basically they got up there and said that, unanimous consent was regular order. Well, it's not. They need to go back to the rule book. But again, I don't want to fight against my Republican colleagues. I think they mean well. They're standing up for the military. I'm going to tell you, it is very hard. They have put us in a hard place of standing up for unborn and standing up for military. And we are for both. The Democrats are not for either. They're not for the unborn, and they're not for the military. At the end of the day, look how things shake out. It's Republicans that stand up for pro-life and for our military more than anybody. So, and I know Senator Sullivan and Senator Ernst are both. They believe in pro-life, and they're for the military. We just got to be able to balance both to get the best result we possibly can.
And how are things with those colleagues since last week?
Oh, it's been good. I've talked to them. I mean, that's you can't let things get to you personal up here. And again, I coached all my life, and I've had my own fans hollering and throwing things at me, when I was coaching, when we didn't play well or when they didn't agree with the decision. And that's what this country is about. But at the end of the day, as Republicans, we got to come together and fight for the unborn.